what comes to mind when you hear the words rethinking the dollar?
Well, I think it is somewhat of a question of rethinking the dollar standard, perhaps. Today we live in a global order that is based and rooted in the dollar. In fact, we don't even know what to do without a dollar.
Right.
So I think rethinking the dollar is certainly what China is doing. It's what Russia is doing. And I think it's what a select few of Americans are beginning to realize that they need to do as well. They need to rethink this system that has become so extravagant and so debt laden that it is becoming unsustainable. So I think it's a good phrase. Rethinking the dollar is exactly what's happening right now around the globe. Americans need to rethink the dollar as well.
All right. Now, with the world rethinking the dollar, one thing that was not known about or taught is just monetary education in general. And so how important is it for Americans to begin understanding the importance of improving their monetary and financial education? And why would you think so?
Well, I mean, it's the same thing as telling people they need to exercise. It's everybody knows they need to learn more about money. In fact, I believe it was Benjamin Franklin or Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers, made the comment that of all of the ignorances of Americans, the worst is the ignorance of money, coin, credit, and the circulation of money. So it's one of these things that, Americans have had a knowledge of, that they know that they need to learn about money. They know that they're woefully financially ignorant, at least many of them do. And it's an area that, as you mentioned, is not taught in school. They don't even teach you how to, write a check in school.
Right.
They don't teach you much about the economy. They don't teach you anything real world. So you get out into the real world economy after school, and suddenly you realize if you didn't have a good grounding in monetary education that you're going to be educated. The problem is that the educators are the banks, right? The banks are the educators. I've seen Bank of America has a very helpful online tool that will teach you all about money. Mm-hmm. And, you can go on Bank of America's website and learn all about, what they want you to know about money. And usually it includes you giving them your money and giving it to them for a very, very, very long time and not taking it back. So the banks are the teachers, the corporations are the teachers. They use the media, they use the media outlets, they use, movies. There's so many product plugs in movies. There's so many product plugs in TV shows. Anybody who sits through an evening of television is being bombarded with financial education. They're being taught what they should wear. They're being taught what they should drink. They're being taught how they should live. They're being taught how they should talk. They're being taught how they should view things and what philosophies they should adopt. So, we are being taught, but the type of monetary education and financial education that people like you and me are trying to deliver is certainly different. It's based upon common sense. It's based upon wisdom. It's not based upon the type of things that corporations are trying to basically take money out of our wallet and put it in their wallet. Right. So it's really a lot about much of the financial education that needs to occur needs to be understanding what saving is, how it's different from investment. We need to understand why we need to save. We need to understand how to earn money. So many people today, Mike, don't have an understanding of how to earn money, right, let alone save it or invest it. So there's a lot that goes into monetary and financial education, and the majority of Americans, as you mentioned, are woefully ignorant of these things.